Hi, my name is Mitra Manesh. I'm a servant. I serve through teaching, coaching, consulting, or any other way that I can find to share what I know with those who want to know. And this Lights On podcast is one of those ways. It was created with consciousness and mindful living in heart. So join us as we travel through many roads of learning and transformation together. And if you enjoy our podcast, please give us feedback by rating us 5-star and share us with others if you think they may benefit from it. On behalf of my team, I thank you for your presence. This episode is about mental independence, which really means how can we take charge of our thoughts? Because as it is, most of the time, our thoughts are thinking us, and we are not thinking our thoughts. This episode came out of a great class that I was teaching, great meaning the subject was great, about overthinking, and a great question that one of the participants posed. And I was speaking about how we can imagine the thoughts that we have as a home of our thinking mind, and take charge of it as the owner of that home. A great session in my view. Of course, I'm biased, but I really enjoyed this session, and I hope that you enjoy and more importantly, you benefit from it. Let's see if this serves you. Let's take a listen together. The reason we do overthinking historically is because we lived in wilderness and we truly were in danger. There was a wildlife, and another reason for overthinking is our modern life. So the wildlife gave us the memory that we've been chased and we haven't been safe. And modern life created a scenario that feels like my life is in danger, because now we have information about how other people live. We know what they have, what we know how they live. We know what goes wrong with them. We know what goes right with them. And in a sense that I call it homogenization, everybody the same kind of look. I remember when I traveled, I could close my eyes and take a nap and open my eyes and guess where I am. But now you can do that and open your eyes. You could be anywhere. Everybody is wearing almost same clothing. Everybody is everywhere. And it could be anywhere. I could be in India. I could be in Hamburg. I could be anywhere. They all look the same. So, there is democratization of that. There is also the problem that what I see, and if I can't look like that, and if I can't have those things, then it's a problem. That's the disservice that modern life did to us. However, there is nothing that we can do that we cannot do with awareness. Awareness is our key to living a better life. So that's why we stay in our overthinking process. And because we are basically living in that fear and survival mode. And the question is, whose thoughts are these? Whose thoughts are they? Are they mine? Are they yours? I can assure you about 90-something% of your fear-based thoughts are not yours. You inherited it from your family. The society gives it to you, your workplace, our social media, our perceived dangers come from other people. They're not even ours. When we question our thoughts, and as I was talking to somebody who's actually here, I was coaching them, and I remembered Nietzsche's statement that says that every thought and belief, by the way, thought and belief, same. Belief is a practiced thought. So when I think it and think it and think it and think it, it turns into belief. Different than faith, but belief. When I do not examine the thought, and suggestion that Nietzsche had was that every now and then poke it, he called it a hammer test, like a hammer, and just see if it's empty, if there is any foundation to it. People say, oh yeah, I believe that. And I say, well, why? They say, well, I do. So, well, I know, but why? Do you have any reasons for it? And then really what you're doing is you questioning this belief that has been given to you and you borrowed it from other people and it's not serving you most of the time. So really know that these are beliefs, these thoughts or practice thoughts are beliefs that are not serving you and they're not yours. And when we become independent, meaning my mind, I call it emotional and mental independence. When we become independent, I ask a question, not necessarily out loud, but why? People say, don't do this. And I think, why? My mother tells me that I drove her crazy as a child because I was asking why all the time. And I wouldn't take anything as it was told to me. And she would say, do this. And I would say, why? And she said, well, because I said so. And I said, no. I was always criticized as a child that answered back. And I'm glad I did, because I probably was after some answers and their answers didn't make sense to me. So you really continue that childhood why? Why? Why should I do that? Who says? And me doing that serves who? Because I don't think it's serving me. So what we did was we talked about the house, the house of your mind that you're the owner of, but you've become a guest too. So I'm the owner of this home called mind. And then I accept or not visitors, not the other way around. I can't be a guest to my own home, which is the case with overthinking. And then you take charge, and we went into the analogy of how far this arrival, this guest, this visitor is allowed to go. Some visitors just stay in the living room. Some are invited to the kitchen. Some can come to your bedroom and so on and so forth. But with your permission, you wouldn't let me come in and just go straight to your, bedroom. And you would say, well, what are you doing? But you allow your intrusive, uninvited, not helpful, fear-based, attacking thoughts go anywhere they want. We become so right-oriented in this Western world. Well, that's trespassing. That's illegal. If I was a person, if your thought was a person, we would sue them. We would unleash the dog on them. But this thought comes and goes anywhere it wants, and I don't do anything. So that was the analogy I gave you. And the whole idea is this, and we're going to go to that. Am I thinking my thoughts, or are my thoughts thinking me? Who's in charge? Who is doing what? And once we switch that, then I will be thinking my thoughts knowingly, with choice and awareness. Hope this episode answered the question or two for you, or provoked and inspired questions in you. I'm so grateful you showed up and listened up. Until the next time, be well and stay curious.